Hey guys, so I went home, not this past weekend, but the last weekend, maybe it was last weekend for the 4th of July, and in my hometown they have a antique vintage, it's not really a store, it's a warehouse, and it's called the Marketplace. And while I was there, I stopped by, look around, and they had a whole bunch of stuff, of course, and I found this bag of odds and ends. It's buttons and sewing stuff, and I only got this whole bag for $3. So I'm gonna go through it with you guys, and let me know if you think it's worth $3. I feel like it was worth way more than $3. But let me know what your favorite item is out of the bag. Alright, I took everything out of the bag to make it a little easier, and we'll go through each item. So the first thing we have is some curtain hooks. Don't really need those, but hey, they're kind of cool. Got this cool little gadget or tool. I've seen these before, but I'm not really sure what they're used for. I think they're maybe used to perforate items. I don't know. And I think I'm actually missing one item out of this bag I left with my mom because I do not see it. So these are burning perfume sticks. Look how cool these are. Like, everything in this bag is so cool and so antique and vintage. But yeah, I don't plan on opening these or giving these away. I think I'm going to keep these for myself. They are so cool. It's got pine, desert blossom, orange blossom, and redwood. And it comes in a cute little box. Next, we have this box. This is like an old greeting card box that is stuffed full. Some really cool seam binding. A zipper, some buttons, more seam binding, some sewing needles. I think this is cool. How the little package is so cool. I'm a sucker for vintage packaging, so these are really neat. Then chalk. My grandmother used to have a ton of these growing up. We had a family dry cleaners, and she did alterations for people who would bring things in, and I remember having those all over the place. Look at this. It's a little sewing kit and a match set. How cool is that? I just think this is so freaking awesome. I might keep this for myself. Some items I do end up keeping that I thrift or buy. They go in a little stash that's like my personal stash that I don't do anything with. Other things, though, I do add to my journal kits and swaps. So some of this stuff might end up in a trinket or a journal kit. Okay, these are all stapled together. They're all hooks and eyelets. I think that's what it says. Or hook and eyes, excuse me. Hook, eye, and loops. Yeah. I just love the packaging. Let's see what this is. Oh, this goes with these. See, it says knit tie pleater hooks. So this goes with this. This is really, okay, cool. Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So cool. Someone took a punch to that. So cool. Or wait, maybe it was the Yeah, someone used this then, excuse me. It must have had some type of little button round on there and they peeled it off. That's cool. Some elastic. This is pretty old elastic. I'm really shocked it's not dry rotted. Then I love these little metal clasps on these ribbons. How cool is that? Sorry. I love it. And then I don't think there's anything else. This looks like, this is like pattern paper, but it's blank. So yeah, that's all that was in this little box. Give me just a second, I'm gonna put everything back. Alrighty, up next we have this little needle threader. Once again, the packaging is so freaking cool. Look at this thing. And it's in really good shape to be, I'm not sure how old it is though. I guess you attach this somehow to your machine. Oh no, it's for like a regular needle. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to try it out and see. I have some regular needles and see how it works. That's really cool. And it doesn't have a date on it anywhere that I can see. It says made in Western Germany. German and foreign patents. Cool. And it's in like excellent condition. That just blows my mind. So cool. Got a couple of really cool zippers. I have watched people use zippers on their journals, like journal covers, and it's so cool. And I haven't ever done it myself, and I might try it one day and see. We've got some hem facing. I love this stuff. These teeny tiny little buttons. Love these. Some more seam binding. Seam binding. We got some buttons. Look how pretty these are. And these little buttons. These are cute. They said they are moonstone. How cool is that? And these little blue pearly, I'm not really sure what type of little beads these are buttons. I'm guessing they're buttons. That's really cool. Or they could be used as beads. Cool. Then I've got some Velcro strips. And then some more hook and eyes. And these are also all stapled together. And we have this. It says name tapes avoid loss. So I guess you would tape these in tape. You would sew these into your clothing or your handbags or any item you don't want to lose, and it has your name on it. That is just so cool. This one says Barbara and Daniel. So I thought that was really neat. Then we have, this is a whole kit. This is a whole snap kit. No sewing. And it shows you how to use the different parts of the kit. Look at this, and it comes with some of the little snaps. Oh, that's heavy duty. That's so cool. Get these back in here. Then we have a buttoneer. This looks a little more modern. Look, and this is as seen on TV. That's really cool. So it's some type of little contraption to help, to help add buttons to stuff without having, I guess, to sew them. That's cool. Fabric. I added some fabric up here on top of my glass work surface so that the glare from our ring light wouldn't be so bad. So we have this one's pretty long. I don't know if I can get it all the way in screen, but a skirt marker. And it's actually in here. It's not just, look how cool this is. It's to help you mark your hem, I guess, on skirts and dresses. That's neat. And this is the back side of the box. Right, and the last thing in here is this little plastic tray. It's got some bits and bobs in here. I've got some strings, some loose buttons, a little loopy thing. It also has some little screws and stuff. Okay. Sorry, she's getting into my other thrifting stuff. And some eyelets. But yeah, that's it for the bag. I have a couple more things. So they had some books and a few other things. My husband picked this out. It is a little tic-tac-toe game. And I guess you use like little toothpicks in here. It was supposed to come with little wooden pegs, but I don't see why you couldn't use toothpicks. But yeah, I thought this was cool. Oh wait, no, look, they're right here. Oh my goodness, that is so freaking cool. I can't wait to show him that because we thought it didn't come with the little pegs. So cute. And that is melted rubber band on there. But yeah, he's gonna love that. I'll have to show him. Then I got me some books. Look how cool this Alice in Wonderland book is. I have a ton of Alice in Wonderland stuff. I'm obsessed. It's one of my favorites. I actually have the little golden book, but it's a newer version of it. So I think I'm going to end up using this maybe. I don't know. See, this is the thing about like buying older books is I don't want to tear them apart because, I mean, look at this. But then again, it's just going to sit on a shelf and get it even more dirty than it currently is. So, you know, I don't know yet. But yeah, I love it. Tell me what you guys would do with it. Would you turn it into a journal? Like, or would you rip it apart and just use the pages? Got another book here. She left the price tag strings on here, but took the price tags off. So I can't tell you guys how much they were. I don't remember. I would say there were no more than $5 a piece. I try not to spend more than $5 on a book that I'm going to rip apart. Or that I'm turning into a journal. Just especially because of the condition. Like this one, the condition's not that wonderful. There is a lot of stains and the edges are peeling and losing color. But I would still use this to make a journal or use the pages. So pretty. I love Winnie the Pooh, and I have so much. I've started collecting Winnie the Pooh things. So I can't wait to make a journal. I didn't have a Winnie the Pooh book. I love making little golden book journals. I recently, you guys saw, I got a cinch machine, so I'm going to try to do some metal ring journals instead of doing the hand-sewn signature journals, even though I do love doing those. They're just really time consuming, and I want to try to get these out a little bit faster. And also, I've recently injured my wrist. I know you probably saw me wearing a brace here and there in some of my videos. I should have one on now, but I'm giving it a rest. So I think doing the cinch would be a lot easier on my wrist for right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Then I got, my husband picked this one out. He's like, this is really cool. So I thought it was kind of cool too. I've never heard of Buck Rogers, but he had, so. What is it, BB? And this is Beans. I did not purchase her over the weekend. I've had her for a while. Come on, BB. No. I'm in the middle of filming. You can't lay down right here. Is it comfy? Oh. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get her some loving and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I have 2 more items. So my husband found these while we were there. I believe these were a little bit more expensive. I want to say they were $8.99, but it is a hefty Boy Scout handbook. It was funny. I didn't look at it. He said, hey, these are really cool. They've got some cool images in it. Why don't you grab one? And I was like, oh, I like this one. I like the cover and everything. And we got up front to check out, and the lady's like flipping through it to make sure there's like a special tag or anything. It's not stuck in there. And she's like, do you still want this? And I'll look over. And whoever had this apparently was hiding something. They had cut out several pages to stick their contraband. And one of the gentlemen in there, he's like, I was a scout leader. He's like, that's hilarious. Someone was hiding something. And we're like, yeah. She's like, are you sure you want it? And I'm like, yeah, totally. That's so funny and so cool. So, yeah, it's got some really cool images in here, though. And I'm probably going to rip it apart anyways. But, yeah, I just thought that was so funny. Because I did not flip through it. Or if I did, it was only like the first couple of pages. So, too funny. And then the last thing I got was a Girl Scouts book. And my husband's like, well, since you're getting a Boy Scout book, why don't you get a Girl Scout one? I said, sure. So if you cannot tell, he is a big enabler when it comes to me buying stuff, especially stuff that brings me joy. But yeah, this one is so cool. It's got really cool imaging, almost like colored, like with crayon or colored pencil. Just love these. So yeah, so that is my haul from the Marketplace. So what was your guys' favorite item? What would you do with these older books if you weren't to make journals or use them as pages in your journal? But thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I have a couple more hauls coming if you want to stick around, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks. Bye.